I had myself muted there. Hello, and welcome to the Final Layer 3D Printing Podcast. Today, I'm just going to present myself. I'm CK Chrome here. I'm the founder here, and I'm a I'm somewhat of a successful 3D print person. I don't know what they call themselves, 3D print farmer. So, yeah, it's no joke out there. It's a tough hustle. I'm here because I was just put here in this basement to run this 3D printing company. I have the luxury of trying to do this and seeing how far I can go with it. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm just in a unique situation where I could try, to see if this 3D company will build enough momentum to see if I can sustain my life the way I want to. But anyways, enough of that. Enough of me. What I want to talk about today is 3D printing. Okay, print farms. Number one, the thing I wanted to cover is the print farms. Everybody, that's fine. You got 5, 6 printers. You have a print farm, but that doesn't mean you have a business. Okay, in order to have a business, you got to be producing things and selling things, and the market is completely flooded with folks who just have product. You need to separate yourself from that. It doesn't matter if you're what platform you're on. If you're on Etsy platform, doesn't matter if you're on TikTok platform. What matters is, are you getting sales? And if you ain't getting sales, well, you're not really a business, are you? I mean, I guess you are. You can be, but what are you really? What are you selling? Well, you're not selling nothing. So, number one is if you're on here on YouTube and you're doing this 5 things of business and the business this and whatever, I suggest that you have a successful business, that you have a foundation, a somewhat successful business. So when folks look you up, they go, "Oh, I see what he does. Aha! I see what this little guy does. What he gets away with and how he got to the show. You got to get to the show, man. Everyone's trying to get to the show. Don't be afraid to, I don't know, do what you can. It's a print farm is the easiest thing to obtain is a print farm. So, a lot of people are doing it. Everyone's doing it. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the what did I do here? Oh, I don't have it. Well, I don't have it up. But the new Prosa, the 5-head printer thing, that's craziness. That's absolutely craziness. Hey, what's going on, Luke? Good to see you, man. And let me know anybody, obviously, if you have any questions about anything you would like to know about hot plates, cool plates, um, nozzles, any type of stuff. I cannot believe I did not have that up. But the Prosa, the 5-head printer, man, that's craziness. That's where it's at. The 5-head printer, something like $3 grand, $4 grand, I don't know. You know what I mean? We're talking a game changer. Well, it's going to be worth the money, especially if folks are shelling out all this money for the X1 Carbon. Well, everyone's going to start out with the X1 Carbon. Why? Well, if you have money, why would you not? Anyways, the thoughts of the future. That's definitely where I'm going with this Prosa. Is this they're gonna keep coming out with stuff. It's gonna keep getting more expensive. Pretty soon, it's not gonna be like this. We're in at the beginning days when they first made cars, and it was easy to work on them. Anyone could work on a car. Anyone could fix it. Da 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 da. Eventually in the future, excuse me. In the future, it's going to be, the 3D printers are going to be so complex. They're going to be $100,000. And so we're in a time right now. We're in this lingo time right now where we can establish ourselves. Just checking in from Arizona. What's going on, man? Well, hey, it's probably a little bit warmer out there, Arizona. Here in Minnesota, yeah, it's a pretty crummy crummy winter we're having. But for the 3D printing, It's it's what can you sell? What can you sell? How do you look at what you need to sell? What can you sell? Small print farm. Been watching your content. Oh, right on, man. I'm glad that you've been watching my content. Another thing about my content is it's exactly what it is, man. It's content. It's there. You can take it or leave it, but it's definitely there to help you. You know what I mean? It's definitely there to help you, and I don't know. I inspire to do everything on my own or create something from another. What I mean by that is like my box lights and all that stuff. So momentum is where it's at. You need to keep selling and selling and selling. And once you put stuff on your Etsy shop and it's not selling, well, you got to start hitting the prices. And if the prices don't work, well, then, my friend, you're going to have to find something else because that ain't going to work. That ain't going to work. It's back to the Prosa 5 head printer. That's great. You can have that. You can buy that for 5,000 or however much it is. But if you ain't got nothing to print, well, you got all this stuff to print. Well, you're just making Amazon money. You're not making yourself squat. And I seem to get in that lingo a lot, where I'm making Amazon money. I always seem to be there doing that. I think Amazon and USPS make the most money out of all this stuff. They're just like, yeah, order that stuff up. They're always all pissed off when they see me because I have all these freaking boxes, and they're like, "Well, here he comes again." You know what I mean? So, anyways, and another thing is too, I can't believe is they don't have some kind of readhesion for these beds because all these FEP sheets that came with these bamboo printers, man, they don't work. And I don't know. Some people claim they do. I don't know. I'd like to see how they get it. If they do know how to keep them working, they're not telling us how they're keeping them working. So you tell me. I don't know. All I know is they're not telling us. So you buy these new beds with the double cryo grip, chrome grip, triple cryo, 17 quadruple cryo. And one thing I notice is no matter what, they all go out at the same time anyway. So they all, and I have a pile of these plates down here, these cryo grip plates. I had to get 4 more, expensive as heck. And yeah, why are they going out? Now what do I do with them? Now I just got hunks of steel back here that I can't do nothing with. So trying to make ends meet, trying to make things happen. The best motto is what's the matter with you? Trying to make all this happen. And you can see the light boxes. Light boxes is a tough grind because when you get a lot of light boxes, it's a lot of light boxes. You got a lot of stuff you got to do. I have a pile of lights. Like at one point, I had like $500-600 in lights, and then I just went through them like they were nothing. The inventory you need for the plethora of folks when you have a good product is insane, absolutely insane. And you can see right behind me here, I just got this printer um, mounted up here. I am getting room to possibly have some more printers. That's what I'm thinking. But you got to make a lot of money for that. In my mind, and it's tough to not keep to have all these going. Is actually these what are they? 7 printers can really, really move some plastic, man. Light boxes are my thing. Yeah, you got to make sure on the light boxes. My biggest thing on the light boxes, man, and this, if you can design them, anyways, is you got to have that flat coating on the back of them. You know what I mean, like plywood. You can't, because otherwise, a customer will just grab and they'll punch it right through, and it's like, well, come on, man. And then the mess. I gotten like 4 returns on them light boxes recently because the cob light um, failed. So I got a bunch of pissed off folks, like 2, 3 pissed off folks because the cob light failed. So I thought that was interesting. Another thing about them Cobb, the light boxes, yeah, they're pretty cool, dude. I mean, I think I was selling like 40 a day right at the end of Q4, man. 40 a day. Oh my gosh. If you they've made that many light boxes, but I'm quadriplegic. Okay. Oh, right on, man. Yeah. So no, that's understandable. But the biggest thing is obviously it's your deal. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm here too. It's my deal as well. I do it in my own way as well. You know what I mean? We all do it in our own little way. You know, just some are more severe than others, right? um, but no, that's awesome, especially if that's what you want to do. You know what I mean, Luke? Especially if that's what you want to do. And that's, unique is always better. And another thing I wanted to add in there, since we're talking about this, since Luke brought this up, is designing and 3D printing is an art, okay? It's an art. The only way it's not art is if you're just getting a model and slapping a sucker down on a plate and you're not modifying nothing and just letting her buck and then taking a picture, clipping her out, and letting her go. What defines us, I think, right now, like I was talking about earlier, is how everything's like an old car right now, and you can just go in there and fix it. And pretty soon it's not going to be that way. You got to take advantage of that. So the modeling's that way too. But you can go right into a software and just boom, you got an instant model. You just got to pay them 10 bitcoins or whatever it is. You got these models all over. You can get a model. You can get a model making a model. You can get an AI model making an AI model. I mean, come on, man. That it's crazy. It's crazy. I have a keychain I made from an AI model. I did something on here, and I created a keychain just for an experiment. Okay, well, can I make a model and then sell it? Oh, there's a Make Your World Lightbox generator. Wow, I'll have to check that out, man. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, man. That's crazy. That would probably make your world a whole lot easier, man. I do have extremely tight tolerances on my light boxes, though I'd like to add, and there's a whole lot of freedom I have in the way I do them. But like I said earlier, there, Luke, that's the way I do it. But I'm definitely gonna head up the Maker World light box, and let's do I'll do a pro and con on that, Luke. Let's see my way with Mastercam, my way with all that stuff, and we'll see. Because like I said, I have tight tolerances. It takes a very small amount of glue for what I've got going on, and I still go over the sides. You know, if you ever do light boxes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. A guy made it. It's amazing. The heart's in the way. Yeah, man. You can find the link. Let me know. But I could go on it too. I should be seeing that too. That's what I get for not paying attention to what I'm doing, right? But I'm always geared to one thing. It's like, well, I always say that, but when I'm on the internet, you know what I mean? When I'm on Make the World, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this one keychain, and I'm going to do that, and that's all I'm going to do, and everything else is blah, you know. So yeah, that's actually hilarious that's on there, and I never even seen it. I just did a video. I don't know if you saw it. I just did a video yesterday on some AI creation for Make the World. And I think that's what it is. It's exposure, Luke. There's so many things that we don't know about that are out there, and everyone's paying for these files. I mean, if you looked at my not articulating, my last video where I did the AI bear, you could literally blow that up, slice the model, and make it articulating, and you'd have an articulating AI model. It's insane. It's just the possibilities of all this AI and all this crazy stuff it's going to make our job easier if the people who take advantage of it is going to make their job easier, and it's going to make it a lot better for them to move forward as far as buying another machine and having a good old time. But yeah, the worst thing you can do is run out there and try to give everyone a bunch of advice when all you did is bought a bunch of 3D printers. Try to get some stuff under your belt, man, and get some stuff sold. Hook it up so folks know that you sold some stuff and you're legit. That's hard to do. I mean, that's tough to do. But I can tell you this right now about Etsy is what is this? I can tell you this right now about Etsy is once you hit 1,000 sales, once I hit 1,000 sales, I had to cancel like 5 of my listings because they put a microscope on me, man, and they said, "What up, CK Chrome? Let's take a look at what you got going on." And they took down my Hell's Kitchen light, which I was absolutely insanely shocked that they put down my Hell's Kitchen light because TikTok, I have it on TikTok, and that's like going through a dang force field to post the light on TikTok. So I can't, and it's still up right now on TikTok. But I don't know. Should I take it down? Like, what did Etsy take it down, or did Hell's Kitchen take it down? I don't know. I don't know. I'm doing way better on eBay. Yeah, dude, I've heard eBay, man, Luke. eBay. The problem with eBay that I've had one time is somebody took over my account and shut me down, and then they sold stuff under my name and then just took the money. And then so my main email will not work through eBay, and that was a long time ago, man, and it's probably not like that anymore. But so yeah, how are you doing on eBay, anyways? I mean, right now I'm probably selling 2 to 4 light boxes a day. Let me know where you're at on eBay, man. I know it's slow, Luke, but it's tough. It's tough, man. These light boxes, the prices are all over the place too. That's another thing. I've had my prices all over. If I can't make any more of that product, my prices go up, man. That's the deal. That's what. If I can't make any more, my prices go up. I don't care if I'm late. Once the customer says, "Hey, where's my stuff?" Then I'm like, "Whoa, man, I better get this going." But what fee sucks. Yeah, well, Etsy's 6.5%. I don't know where eBay is, but Etsy is 6.5%, and I don't really look at that as that big of a hit because I don't want to go and make my own platform, pay for my own domain, and all that malarkey. It's just better to try to see what sells, man. And if you get something that sells, like my Stanley Cups I used to do, and I took them off the market. But anyways, because I didn't want to get in any trouble. But yeah, you get something that sells, man, and you turn into a shipping and receiving clerk, especially if it's like $5. Okay, that's great. Oh, this is great. I'm selling all this stuff for $5. Oh yeah, I'm getting all these sales. Well, guess what? You no longer get to 3D print. You no longer get to create. You are now shipping and receiving clerk. That's your new title. And then guess what? You wake up, you ship and receive. You go to bed, you ship and receive. And then you redo the printers, and pretty soon, oh man, that's all you're doing. But that's the grind. That's the gig. That's what it is. That's the grind. That's the gig. It is you're shipping and receiving. Okay, you can do the Amazon fulfillment, but Amazon fulfillment is, wow, that's crazy gross, dude. I didn't get that much, but my month was all screwed up. Now I lost my train of thought, Lucas. That's all good though, bro. Now what was I talking about? But anyways, yeah, on Etsy, yeah, you get a bunch of these lights in at once, and you want if you start selling in any other quarter but Q4, 5 to 10 products, you better have 50 to 100 of them suckers ready at Q4, man. Especially if you're doing it for fulfillment, and you want to do it to fulfillment because, especially if you're one guy, you're going to be a shipping and receiving clerk, like I was getting at earlier. That's what the gig's going to be. That's what it is. That's part of the gig. You got to be able to do all of that. And okay. So you design it, you make it, you create it, or you do this. You modify it. Autobot lights. I didn't make those lights until I went on Amazon, eBay, freaking Marketplace. I went on every single site and made sure that you could sell those Autobot lights on there. And you can, but I still feel kind of iffy about it. But for some reason, it's not a direct word, so I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. So we're good, man, whatever. But the fact, because this is why, let me tell you why. Because there's copyright and trademark. If you investigate that, you should know that. Trademark is way more serious. That's the name. Don't put the name on people's stuff, man. Put the logo is okay. It's okay if they say it's okay, meaning this. One time I made a Nickelodeon light. I put like 200 labor hours into this Nickelodeon light, man. And it's a wicked wild light, dude. It's wild. And they took it down. But hold on. Well, it's handmade. Hear me out. It's handmade. Etsy's for handmade products. I don't care what anybody says. I took this model and I hollowed it out so you could wire this thing all up, put all these wires and all the stuff in it. And it was altered, man, handmade and altered. So I still say that we should be able to sell the handmade stuff because that's what the site is. But I guess, anyways, people, their whole shop. You look at the Star Wars stuff on there, man. Their whole shop is their whole shop is Star Wars. I mean, if obviously Star Wars and Transformers lets you roll with it, dude. And Stanley, Tumblr, all those folks, they let you roll with it. But I wonder what the difference is in a ton of Milwaukee and DeWalt light boxes. I've never thought about making light boxes like that, but like I said, man, I don't want to get into putting names on the logo. The logo is more of a copyright. Okay, the trademark is more of the. It can usually include the logo, so I'm retired. Never mind about that, but yeah. Anyways, so what I'm getting at is back to the content out there. A lot of guys are trying to force this content through the pipes. The 5 things you need to know, 5 things you did, 5 things you don't do, and it's just. I'm telling you, man, that you got to be careful to who you're listening to. These folks are making a vlog on how to, or vlog, I don't know what they're called, videos on how to run a 3D printing company, and they ain't even got a sale. I'm telling you, figure out who's selling, why they're selling, and what they're selling, and see if you can improve it or alter it. Make it your own. It's tough. Everyone's going after the articulating dragons and the articulating toys, and that's great. But now it's just a competition of who's got the best photo box, the light photo box. You don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. You want to be in a spot where your beds are full of product and you're just taking stuff off and putting stuff on, and then you're shipping and receiving part, and then come up with more ideas on that niche that's selling. I try to stem in a lot of different areas. I have some statues. I have some light boxes. I have some other boxes. Well, other boxes. What do I mean by that? I just have some regular prints, some engravings, stuff like that. So, anyways, yeah, Luke, right on, man. Right. So yeah, so this is my first time with this podcast here. The final layer. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the final layer. I'm your host, CK Chrome, and I should be popping in and out. We could do this podcast. Anybody who has some stuff they want to talk about, let me know. It should be on Fridays. I'll be on here on Fridays, man, and I have some interesting manufacturing experience, and we're going to roll with that. All right, guys? Take it easy.